What is up, Skrarmy? How's it going? Eroktic here. In today's video, we're gonna talk about mechs, how to avoid mechs, how to move through the military areas, through the bunkers, like a professional. Yoda. Now, there is a lot of new people in the game, and obviously a lot of people are having problems with the mechs. So I'm gonna show you how to avoid them. But before we start with that, I'm gonna have to plug in my merch right here. Go check it out if you want. I would greatly appreciate if you do that. And while you're doing that, let's just roll that intro. Now, before I show you how to successfully avoid mechs, you have to learn about the weight system in SCUM. Right now, I am on the starvation phase 4 because I don't think those boobies are exposed that well, so we're gonna have to lose some weight. But when you open your metabolism, gear weight is really important. Now, the thing that you need to know about the weight system in a game is the faster you're moving, percentage of the gear weight goes up, which means your body has more force and you are producing more noise. Which means when I'm standing still, I'm on 6%. When I'm crouch walking really slowly, my gear weight is on 6%. When I'm slowly walking without a crouch, my gear weight is 6%. When I'm jogging, my gear weight goes up on 10%. Same thing goes with the crouch. When I'm moving faster while crouching, my gear weight goes on 10%. And when I'm sprinting, my gear weight goes on 16%. So the faster you're moving, your gear weight goes up and more noise you're gonna create. Now, as you can see, this is multiplication, which means when I have a lot of weight on my character, more and more noise I'm going to produce. Let me just use those admin commands real quick here to spam items. And by the way, world is stopping to moving while I'm doing that because we are in the single player, okay, dipshits? This is not on our official Skrarmy servers, PvP servers, by the way. I cannot believe that Skra EU2 has more player base than Skra EU1 right now. I mean, sure, it is 7 AM, but still. When we equip a couple of really heavy items on our character, my weight is gonna go up. Right now, while I'm not moving, I have 246% of a weight, which means my character can have up to 37 kilos, although I have 92 kilos on my body right now. The really important factor in how much you can carry is linked with the strength. The more strength you have, more you can carry. There is a lot of items that you can carry on your fully geared character, and you're gonna be overweight really easy. So when I'm idle, I have 246%. While I'm moving slowly, that percentage does not go up. Same thing goes with the crouch slow, 246%. When I'm moving faster while crouched, it goes on 365%. Same thing goes with jogging, 365%. And then while I'm sprinting, I have 597% of a gear weight on my organism, dude. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because when you are overweight, mechs can hear you much easier. I'm gonna drop all of this crap on the floor right now just to show you how easy it is to avoid the mechs, not the puppets. Dipshit! Okay, now when we are done with that, let me just patch myself real quick. Okay, guys, I'm bleeding and my period didn't even started. Anyways, so basically the most important thing to avoid mechs is to know their patrol pattern. That is the most important thing. The further away you are, harder for them it is going to be to detect you. Right now, if I actually go up, he's gonna see me. And the most important thing about the mechs is to know their patrol patterns. Now, because I'm naked right now, he will not be able to detect me that easy. If I approach a little bit closer, he's gonna probably detect me. But when you have no gear on yourself, on your body, it is not gonna be that hard for you to avoid the mechs. Mechs are insanely deadly when you're playing in a single player, just because server performance is much better in the single player than in the multiplayer. As soon as you go in the multiplayer, you're gonna notice that rounds per minute that mechs are firing is much slower. And the reason why is because server performance is suffering. Which means As you can see, this will not happen in the multiplayer. Actually, I'm gonna go log in on one of the multiplayer servers just to show you what is up. If you're Gods of War admin, nothing personal, kid. I just joined on top server, dude. The whole point about avoiding the mechs is definitely the weight. And that is the reason why it is so easy to enter inside of a bunker, but it is so hard to exit outside of a bunker just because you're full. I'm gonna let him shoot me just to... You hear? You hear that? It is much slower. The response time of the mechs is much slower. The rate of fire of the mechs is much slower. It is much easier for you to avoid the mechs while you are playing on the multiplayer servers, basically. As you can see, just because I'm naked, I can actually sprint behind him. He will not notice me. The reason why he noticed me right here is because I was not respecting his patrol route. If you have any problems with figuring out the patrol routes of the mechs on the certain areas, I would strongly recommend you to go in the single player, use this map right here. I'm gonna link the map in the description down below. When you're in the lobby, hold Ctrl D. When you click Ctrl D, join in a single player, teleport on the certain area that you wanna learn, click H to remove the HUD, click X to remove the sound, and then teleport yourself on the certain area that you want to learn the patrol of the mechs. And the thing that you need to do is to observe the mechs movement. Now, airfield has a lot of mechs and it is a little bit harder for you to learn all of the mech patrol routes, but literally just observe the mechs, how they are moving, and you're gonna know exactly how to move through the map. There is no scripted thing in the game because mechs have their own individual patrolling routes, which means if I aggro this mech right here, he's gonna completely change the synergy between other mech patrolling routes, which means every single time when you enter inside kind of an area, the patrol route synergy is gonna be different and you're gonna have to worry about every single mech individually. Just being here for like 20 to 30 seconds, I learned that this mech is having this type of a patrolling route. And he's gonna have this patrol route every single time. No matter on what server you join, he's gonna go like this every single time. So after observing this mech directly in front of us, I already can avoid this mech as a pro, just because I know his patrolling route. Which means, when you know mech patrolling route, you can freely move directly behind him, as long as your carry weight is small, of course. There is a lot of puppets right here, but he's gonna turn left now. I should go here, because of the fisheye curve. He's gonna turn left now. But yeah, it is piece of cake to avoid them, basically, when you have no gear. I want to show you something else real quick. While we are here, I do not know why the hell is it's so laggy. Maybe I should stop with downloading my... But basically, when you're hiding behind the cover, that's it. I lost Tiger right now. But basically, when you're really light, you're gonna have no problems with avoiding mechs. As soon as you're a little bit more overweight, you're gonna have a lot of problems to avoid them. Which means the more gear you have on your body, riskier it is to move to the points of interest. But anyways, this is how to avoid mechs. This was my mech tutorial. Game is in the early access, guys. If you're watching this video 2 years after I uploaded, I probably have another video on that. Thank you guys for watching. Check me out on the live stream. Love you all. Eroktic out!